Rich here with Tagged Out Habitat Specialists in Southeast Ohio. Today we're actually working on a Miscanthus screening project. It's actually Memorial Day weekend here in Southeast Ohio, so a little later than we would like to be working on this. And typically we would try to get this stuff in earlier in May. Unfortunately, we've had an incredibly wet spring. So this application is actually going to be used for a barrier. So we've got a large destination food source. The landowner has actually planted some Real World soil charge, but where we want to set the 360 blind up, and for them to be able to access that and hunt it with the right wind directions, we've got to try and funnel the deer towards that blind. So we're using this strip of Miscanthus to come down from the top side of this food plot towards the blind. That way the deer have to come down and around, putting them within archery range. But we're still using a natural barrier versus it's a different type of structure. There's obviously very little vegetation or trees here that we could use to try and put up a knockdown or something like that to use as a barrier. So Miscanthus is a great way to do that. Breaks up the plot a little bit, adds some structure. With this situation here, Miscanthus in particular, a weed-free seed bed is really important. So we've come through twice already and sprayed this with a pre-emergent and a general herbicide. We're going to come back probably within 2 or 3 weeks and double check it and make sure there's nothing coming up in that seed bed. As soon as anything else shows up, especially any kind of broadleaf, we're going to hit it immediately with a 2,4-D or something similar. Luckily in this area we don't really have any grass species that could be a potential issue, but this screening project is something that we do pretty often, working towards putting deer within archery ranges of tree stands and blinds, and absolutely one of the best ways to accomplish that if you've got an open field or a big food source without any other way to work that pinch point. And typically we'd be using a tree planter with Miscanthus planting, but here where we are in Southeast Ohio, finding some flat level ground that has no pitch to it is nearly impossible. So what we've tried as an alternative and has worked out fantastic is using a potato plow or middle buster type implement. And it's a little more time consuming, a little more labor intensive, but we'll come down through, if we have to, we'll till things up after that seed bed is nice and weed free, completely dried up, and loosen things up, and then dig our trench with the potato plow and hand place each rhizome, and then come back through and cover everything up. We've had phenomenal success with that planting method. Like I said, realize it's a lot more labor intensive, a little more time consuming, but is definitely consistent, has given us really consistent results.